Okay, try and get a little more done on the B here. I got the carburetor rebuilt, or at least tuned up anyways. Hopefully this wind noise won't be too terrible for you, but we'll get after it here and see if we can get her to start. So we better start with the carburetor. Okay, now let's see here. And we gotta take that cotter pin out of there. There's a good spot for it. We gotta hook that up. Let's see. That should be right. We'll get the, if I can get the cotter pin in here. There. There, that should stay. And then, get the gasket somewhat in place. And we'll have to try and weasel this together. Oh, come on here. I suppose this would be a lot easier if the generator was out of the way. Come on. Oh my goodness, come on. There we go. I think I just about got her now. What are we stuck on? What are we stuck on? Oh, come on here. Some days, you know. Let's just take that out of there. We're crying out loud. Some days, I tell you, I think I gotta find a channel lock here, so I'll bring you back in a minute. See, it makes it more satisfying if you gotta struggle the whole time that you're putting stuff together. It just makes life so much better, you know. Or something like that. I don't know why this has to be such a struggle. came apart easier than that. But it just, it just doesn't want to play nice. I don't know. Some days I tell you. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can pry this over a little bit. Good Lord. There, at least now it's together enough. We should be able to put the darn thing together. Crying out loud. Alrighty. Come on. Maybe we can find the hole easier with the back one. Oh my goodness, I thought I had it lined up better than that. What kind of struggle bus is this? It shouldn't be this hard. It feels like Monday to me. But I don't know. Let's just do that. Let's just peer pressure it into place. Then maybe things will vibrate and find their happy place. Why in the world does the gasket seem to always want to be too far forward? Oh, there we go. Finally, can we get the front one now? There goes the camera again. Wiggle wobble. No, the front bolt is still going to be a problem. Oh, there we go. Jeepers creepers. I got me a fancy new wrench here for working on this front one, since there's no room to swing a wrench the right way. But hopefully this cures what ailed it last time we had it running, which was mostly just that I had to have the choke on a little bit to keep it running. You know, I hope you can see and not just my arm. You know, sometimes it's hard to remember and work at the same time. Some days, I tell you, the struggle is real. And this shouldn't have been that hard to get put on there. But that's just the way it goes, I guess. You know, maybe if nothing else, this video will be good for if somebody needs some wind noise to go to bed to. Some wind noise and a person talking. There you go. That's a good thing to go to bed to. Yeah, sure. Okay. I think that part should be all good now. And we got the throttle part all hooked up here. Seems pretty good. It's a little close to the block. Maybe I should have had it the other way. But we'll try and run it here once and just see how things pan out. There, now we gotta get that hooked up. New fuel line. There we go. And now we got to find another wrench. So, okay, we're back with more tools. Sometimes it's a struggle just to be prepared. So, there's the fuel line is tight now. Now we'll see if we can put the choke rod through the part on the lever. If I could just think here. Sometimes you got to do it by feel. Oh, there. Almost. Isn't it? I don't know. Hang on. Some days, I tell you, and I know I keep repeating myself like a broken record, alright, we're going to need more tools yet again. Okay, once again for the second time. There's the hole. Oh, did we get it this time? Come on. Feels like I got it, but oh no. Some days I just don't even know. Okay, let's try and shed a little light on the situation. See if that helps. Because what I have been doing ain't quite working. Yeah, because there's the hole. It should be about the right. Come on. Maybe it's torqued just a little bit. Give her a little bend, maybe. There we go. Oh, just about had it. Or so I thought anyways. Let's back the screw out a little more. Okay. Let's try it again. Cause yeah, there's the hole. Well, I thought I had that screw turned out enough. But maybe not. Cause this is just going so wonderfully here. I thought this would be a good video. But we're struggle busting real hard. And I don't quite understand why some days it just doesn't want to go. Let's make sure we hold that. Oh, come on. Get on there. What? No, we're not clamped on the right part. I should have done this before I attached the carburetor, I guess. Let's try there. Let's try that. And once again for the second time. Oh, there, now you want to work. Now you want to work. Huh? There. There, for crying out loud. I just don't understand. But some of that is all not being properly prepared. Oh, there you go. just about fell over. If it ain't one thing, it's another today. I had one of those canvas sheds, and I guess it wasn't anchored down good enough because it folded itself up yesterday. Or, well, I guess I don't know exactly when. I wasn't down there yesterday, but I don't know, we've had kind of a lot of japers, come on here. Kind of a lot of wind here this spring. Which isn't helping matters. So there we go. Now if I take there, now it looks like the choke will work. Come on. Now why are you bound up? Now it looks like the choke should work better. Yeah, that's way better. So that should kind of do it for the carburetor. I'll turn the gas on here for a second and see if we can. Oh, I thought I had that better. See if we can see any leaks here. I don't see any leaks. Hopefully the float is working good. We'll shut it off here for a minute. We're not quite ready to start it yet. I tuned up focus, framing, come on. I tuned up the bowl for the air cleaner here. It had a pinhole in it, so I put a weld and a gob of silicone on it, so that should work for now. And today's oil of choice, oh, you can't even see, come on here. There, that's what we're going to put in there. I think that should work good enough. And we'll get her filled right up to the line. And then we'll get the clip out of the way. Get the other clip out of the way. There's one. And not quite participating there. It just doesn't quite want to participate. Let's make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Gotta get it clipped on there. It's bent, so it doesn't quite want to sit on there nicely. You know what? Why don't I get a real hammer here, see what we can do. Okay, it's been smacked around more than a couple times, so that's, come on. That's one of the reasons why we're struggling with this, and why, probably part of why it's got a hole in it. There. Now it's firmly attached. So there's that. All right. I think I just need to get the battery put in, and then we should be able to give it a try here. Hopefully it'll just fire right up real nice. But we'll see here. Bring you back in a few. Okay, we got the battery back in. Well, let's see. Is she gonna turn half of a turn and fart and let the smoke out, or is she gonna run? I'm hoping she's gonna run. Let's see. Turn the ignition on. Neutral safety check. Choke. And hit the starter button. Hey, there we go. Oh, she started. Come on, baby doll. Choke. Come on. That's not right. That's not right at all. It gets a little stuck. You can't see what I'm doing here, but it seems like it gets just a little stuck right underneath the this water neck here. But it ran decent. I wonder if it's bent a little bit. I don't know. Try and just try and just bend it a little bit. I'm nervous that it's going to need a governor, but So let's see here. Yeah, it seems to kind of wants to get stuck there. Let's try and start it again here. I'll hold you where you can maybe see. So, ignition. Yeah, come on here. Something is definitely not right. Because I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the heck is going on here, but gonna have to. That is definitely not right. We'll shut the fuel off. Huh. I don't know what. Let me think here. Because, oh, I suppose it's still. Where is that other screwdriver? Yeah, okay. Okay, I got part of what's wrong here. I don't know if I can show you exactly, but the throttle isn't closing all the way. I'll have to lengthen this turnbuckle here, because it's not closing like it should. Okay, well that explains that. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to accomplish that, so I'll have to bring you back in a few here. That might take me a bit to figure out. Okay, I got this turnbuckle back there adjusted. That's not factory, that's homemade. I don't know, I can't even hardly imagine why somebody would have to replace the throttle rod unless it got scavenged for another tractor at some point. But now it doesn't go nearly as far, so it doesn't get stuck under there. So it should actually close the throttle off. So we'll turn the gas back on try this yet again and see what we get. Because that was just too wild before. So, contact. Come on. Let's give it a little more throttle. Huh. Now it only runs a little bit. Let's try choking it a little bit. There we go. That's nicer. Make sure the fuel is all the way on. Now I should be able to maybe we'll have to use the needle nose, I don't know. Try and give it a little more throttle. Oh. Let's open up that just a little bit. Try it again here. About all we can get for throttle. That sounds pretty close to normal. There, I got the choke all the way off. Don't seem like quite enough RPM. That's about all she wants to give her. Picked up a little bit. hit. But maybe we got to do that just a little bit. Full throttle, it's not giving it hardly any throttle. I don't know. That the adjustment is way the heck back there. Oh, come on. Try and start it again here. There, we got the throttle just about maxed out. That's as far as it'll go. Every time I get close to that plug wire, we've got good spark at least. I wonder if this spring is... Oh. There she just shuts down. Because that's a lot closer to where she should be idling, but not full throttle. I'm having to fight the governor the whole time. That ain't right. I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion the governor is probably shot. Which is just wonderful. You know, when I go to idle, I would have thought it should have went and stayed like that. I'm gonna have to see it don't hardly move any. I don't know, I'm thinking, I'm wondering if she wants to stay at such a low idle all the time. I mean, I open up, I'm just not sure what's going on here, because I open it up with the engine off and it wants to go to full throttle, but as soon as I start it up, it goes straight to an idle even at full throttle. Huh. I guess I won't be changing oil on it today like I was hoping to. Oh, the mysteries abound. As far as I know, this cover has to come off to get at the governor. Unless there's something going on with this spring. Because it does feel like there's some tension there. At full throttle, and then at idle, yeah, then it just kind of flops back and forth. Unless I'm doing it backwards with this thing. Oh, ignition was on. See there, with it like that, then it only starts for a second. Come on, framing. You go there. Now it'll run some. It just goes slower. I don't know, maybe I don't know, even if the idle was set too low, it should still go to wide open throttle. I don't know, I think for sure we got problems with the governor. I'm going to have to read up a little bit, unfortunately, and we'll have to go from there. So if I don't learn any more to tell you tonight, thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful. You know, one thing I've noticed here, and after doing a little reading in the book, you're supposed to adjust the governor control more or less with this set screw here, adjusting the rod for your action there. And you see that brown spot there? I'll guarantee you when they painted this tractor, that's where it was, because it doesn't go any farther. But just for fun, I loosened it up, moved it back to here, and then you get it to go all the way to the end of well, they call that a quadrant in the book, but the control goes all the way like it should. So I wonder, and it wouldn't surprise me considering the condition of some of this machine is in. But I'm wondering if the governor wasn't giving trouble and somebody just adjusted it for aiming. They adjusted it back here, trying to get more speed out of it instead of fixing the governor. You know, if the guy that was running this or restored it didn't really, was just trying to pass the buck along or just get it through another season. I can't quite picture in my mind what would be wrong with the governor, and I don't remember for sure if this is a fly ball governor or something else. I'll have to do a little more research on that. But unfortunately, that's where we stand for now. You know, with it at full throttle and the engine not spinning, it goes straight to full throttle, and you can feel some spring action when you try to push it to idle. But as soon as you start it, it goes straight to an idle. So I'm not sure exactly what that would mean, if that means maybe there's a broken spring in the governor, or if this is a fly ball governor, maybe the if this is I'll know whether it's a fly ball governor or not. I got the book. Let me pause you for a second and we'll go look at it. And boom. So that is an exploded view of the governor that should be found in there. And no, it is not a fly ball governor. It's a fly weight governor. And let's see. Thrust, governor, weight, pin. There's a surge spring, it says. 19 is a surge spring. Let's see. Oh no. 19 is that little one there. So, I don't know. I don't see, other than the spring that's on top, number 18 control lever spring. I don't see any springs in the governor itself. So I don't know. There's how you adjust the governor. So I don't know. I got to do a little more thinking and looking. But yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the governor there. So that's unfortunate. There's a nice old 45. On another side note, I'm starting to wonder if this is the correct spring to go in here. I don't know. I don't know specifically. I mean, it looks It looks like about what you'd expect to see. But there is this, I don't know if it's a wooden dowel in here inside the spring or what in the world that is. And that doesn't show in the parts breakdown that I was at least that I was looking at. But I don't know. I'll have to do some more research. It's a little frustrating. I was hoping this thing would be a little better, be able to get a little bit tuned up and maybe use it a couple times before I had to do much more work on it. But it definitely looks like we got to figure out what in the world is wrong with the governor. So, alrighty, well, that is for sure going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found it useful.